Hello there, friends and followers from around the world, and welcome to this live stream. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for today's show, and I'm very excited to announce that the Q8 Pilot channel is an official iniBuilds partner. This is actually I've been working with iniBuilds for a very long time, and this has finally materialized into what should be an exciting partnership. I really look forward to working further with the guys at iniBuilds, a great company, very professional company with excellent track record in developing add-ons for X-Plane 11. And before we begin our flight, I want to welcome all of you to this live stream. It's been a while, guys. I really miss you all. And we have with us today Alexander Drishal. Hello, my friend. Alexander, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Canyon, hello, my friend. Gulshan Kumar, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Ryan, hello, my friend. Omer, hello, my friend, and welcome. Peter, what's up? What's going on? Stefano, hello, my friend, and welcome. We have with us Bill, and we've got Luller Pilot, J340, Antonio Nazi, hello, my friend, welcome. Raul Rodriguez, welcome, my friend. And also Hamoud, hello, my friend, and welcome. Glad to have you. Welcome aboard, my friend. So today, folks, we are in the beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, in the state of Arizona, and we're going to be performing a short flight aboard the iniBuilds A310, the airliner of the year 2021. It's a beautiful early morning here at Phoenix, where the skies are clear. It's approximately 6:10 local time at Phoenix in the sim, and our flight time today is approximately 40 minutes, so it should be a nice flight, really taking a look at many looks, one of many looks at the iniBuilds A320. But today what I'd like to also do is show you guys the SAM ground services. I think I've received a lot of questions on this add-on, so today we're going to be taking a look at it. Hopefully I will be able to use all of the components, including the follow me car, to take us to runway 08, where we will be departing Phoenix today. And yeah, and so now that I am an official partner with iniBuild, I can tell you that there will be more content, pre-releases, previews, and a lot of giveaways as well. So that's all good stuff, and I'm very excited to do this flight with you guys today. And Rishal is asking to do Denver to... Oh, you did Denver to Los Angeles this morning. Yeah, absolutely. Just bought it yesterday, working perfectly. Love SAM jetways and ground vehicles. Absolutely, yes. Yes, the A310 is amazing aircraft. It is one of the best add-ons for X-Plane 11, and when the aircraft first came out, I showcased it on the channel, and it's been under constant updates, and really the state in which it is today, the sounds, the details, the 3D modeling, and by an account of a real Airbus pilot, in fact an A310 pilot, it actually flies pretty accurate to its real world counterpart. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be flying this aircraft, which happens to be one of my favorites. Just look at the texturing of this aircraft, just absolutely beautiful, and it is really a fine aircraft in all respects. The 3D modeling, just look at that, just beautiful. So let's hop into the cockpit, and we're going to start things up here by setting up. We're going to go to the electronic flight bag, and we're going to go to the ground operations. From the ground operations, we're going to go first to the ground services. We're going to connect the external power and the chocks, and we'll leave the rest. We're going to go to the load sheet, and let me take a look here at our payload information. And if we look at the payload, it looks like we have a zero fuel of 245.1 So let's put 245.1 and we hit enter. And then we're going to enter the fuel on board, which is today 24.1. 24.1. And that is set. And we are going to now load the fuel and payload. Now it's computing and it's doing its thing, and the aircraft is loaded. Now, for those of you who were asking about SAM, ground service, we're going to go to the main window. And the first thing you want to do is, of course, provided that you have already set up your flight with SimBrief, is to click on this download button. And it says import the flight plan from SimBrief. So we're going to click on that. And now you will see that it has populated all the information. We're flying from Phoenix to Ontario in the state of California. The wind is 1110.7. We're departing runway 08 today, QNH 3004. We are currently at gate Tango 3, which is gate 26. This is our flight number, the call sign, and all the rest of the cruise flight, so 34,000 feet. And this is also the arrival information. Now, here you can see we have the position Amazon 35. We can select a different position if we want, as you can see here, but we're just going to leave this here. And this should be the position that the Follow Me truck takes us to once we arrive into our destination. So everything is looking good here. We're going to go to start pre-flight. And now we can select either the jetway parking configuration. Is it stairs? We are currently using jetways. And then it's got all this information here: catering, cleaning, baggage. Now, I'm not sure if this actually comes from SimBrief or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say load. And it looks like it's loaded the aircraft again. I'm not sure exactly what it's done. But what we can check that once we load the information there. We can actually come here and we can say load fuel, and it's computing. It looks like it's the same. So it's got the same amount of information that it's got here. Now, if we switch to the external view, so let me just remove this for a minute. If we go to the external view, you will see that the catering truck and all the ground services are already at the aircraft, and the aircraft is being loaded with baggage and cargo. You can see the fuel truck is just now departing the position, and you can see the catering is now taking place. Obviously, the passengers are going to load through the jetway, so we're not going to see anything there. You can see the sky. Nice animation there for the catering truck, and the aircraft is now being serviced. Perfect. Now that we have this out of the way, we can, we'll leave this alone for a minute, and we are going to go to the overhead panel. And from the overhead panel, we are going to go to the batteries, which is right here. Battery 1, battery 2, and battery 3. Beautiful sounds, again, aboard this aircraft. We're going to turn on external power. Just listen to those sounds. Just really, really nice sounds aboard this aircraft. Burger Pops, hello, my friend Scott. Good day, my friend, and welcome. Glad to have you here. I really miss you guys. All right, let's see here. Galley power is on, and we're going to start from bottom to top, left to right. All right, so the aircraft is still being, so non-smoking sign is on. We'll leave the seatbelt signs for the time being. Let's move up here, and ground control can go on. Next, we're going to turn on the ADIRS, nav mode, and nav mode. And then we're going to continue our flows, again, from bottom to top, left to right. Nav lights can go on. And let's see here. This one is not going to turn on until we enter the flight plan, so that's okay. We can bring some lights to the cockpit in just a second. And everything else here looks good. We're going to come to this side here. We'll leave the APU for the time being, and we're going to turn on all the fuel pumps. All right, fuel pumps are all turned on. Everything, we can do the tests here for all three engines. And we're going to go ahead and lock the cockpit door. And finally, we're going to come over here and we're going to turn on the window heat and the probe heat. We're going to turn on the oxygen supply. And last but not least, we are going to arm the emergency lights. And we'll put this again with the Airbus. Just make sure all the buttons are pressed. No lights. All right, all looks good here, and we're ready now to go to the MCDU. What does it say here? It says R forward cabin not closed. Yeah, so the doors are obviously not closed. If we look here, we can see that's the cargo and the aircraft still being loaded. Now, it will take, by the way, in SAM, it said 18 minutes, so it will actually take 18 minutes before the aircraft is loaded. So let's start bringing some lights to the cockpit here. There we go, much better there. And this side, and oh, just look at this beautiful lights there. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. There we go. And just bring up all the lights. There we go, perfect. And we can also bring the lights on the glare shield. And all is looking good now. We have a beautifully illuminated cockpit. And let's head over to the MCDU. Okay, so actually, let's do the following. I think you'll be able to follow much better this way. All right, so let's go to the FMS. And we are also going to bring up the ACARS, or the radio system, and we are going to go to the menu here, and we're going to request the company route. And now we have the company route. As you can see, Phoenix to Ontario. It loaded all the information. Cruise flight level is 340. Flight ID, all the good stuff is there. Iris alignment is done. I put it as instant so that we don't have to wait too much. And we're going to clear everything, and then we're going to go to wind data as well. So we're going to insert the wing data as well. Harry, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Bill, hello, my friend, and welcome. How's it going? Glad to have you all with us tonight. And now we can insert the wind data. Wind data is now inserted. And we are good. Now, if we go to the next page, this is where we're going to need the electronic flight bag again. So we're going to zoom in here, and the block fuel is 24.1. We enter that here. The zero fuel today is 245.1, 245.1. We enter that here. It gives you the gross weight. Today are the takeoff gross weight. And the CG is here, 24.8. 24.8. We enter that here, and we are pretty much done with the data here. If we go to the flight plan, our flight plan is quite simple today. As you can see, we are departing Phoenix. Today, the SID is we're flying through runway 08 through the let's see, the Kingston 2 departure, and through the harbor transition. All right, selected and insert. So now we have perfect, and then at Ontario we are arriving through the Skibby 2 arrival, through the Bread transition, and we're doing an ILS runway 26 right today, through the, I believe, Papa Delta Zulu. Let me check the flight plan real quick, just to make sure. I'll show you now the flight plan and the position, all that good stuff. It looks like it's the Taco transition, and we insert that, And now we have the entire flight plan. We're just going to make sure there are no discontinuities, which there isn't. And we can go to, you can see here, this is our path. Looks exactly like the charts. We're going to go to plan. And we're just going to cycle through and make sure there aren't any strange things in our flight plan. This is 26 right at Ontario. All's looking good. Perfect. All right, we'll put this back at map. There we go. Yasmin, hello, sweetheart. How are you doing? Guys, Yasmin is my daughter. And thank you very much, sweetheart, for tuning in and saying hello. And we've got with us Mart, thank you thank you very much for being a member for the past 7 months at the Q8 Pilot channel. Really appreciate it. Adam 1740, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Mert, thank you very much again, really, for your support. I really do appreciate it. Really appreciate it very much. All right, so we are now ready to let's see, we have the, this is on plan, this is good. And we can go to takeoff and approach. Now for the takeoff and approach, we're gonna come down here. First, we are going to say send to performance. And once we set this, we can now click here on the FMC data. And if you have everything set up correctly, you should get now the ICO code and the departing runway. The next thing we're gonna do is get the ASUS information. I love the iniBuild electronic flight bag, just really very functional and really reduces the workload. So it grabs the wind for you, the direction, outside temperature. Runway condition is dry. It's a beautiful day here at Phoenix. No need for anti-ice. We're going to do configurations 15 flaps, 15 slats. Everything else is on standard. We're going to do flex. And let's go and say compute. Now, once you compute, the computer will calculate everything for you. As you can see, V1, 158, V rotate 162, V2 is 165, flaps 1515, and the takeoff trim is 1.5 down. Next, we're going to send this data over to the FMS. As you can see now, we have received the takeoff company data. And what we can do now for V2, you need to set it at the FCU. So we're going to come here and set it to 165. But first, we need to turn on the pitch trim before we can set the speed here. So 165 for V2, 165, and then for the altitude, we're going to select 34,000 feet. 34,000 is set. The heading, runway heading is 0. Let's go the other side, the other way. Let's see here. 079 degrees is set. This is the runway heading, and everything else is good here. Let's go ahead and very quickly grab the Martin 80. Good evening, my friend, and happy Easter to you. Yes, indeed, the A310 is one of the best aircraft in X-Plane 11. That is a statement that I can agree with. Absolutely. All right. So let's go, and the QNH is 3005. So we're going to set that here, and let me zoom in so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Let's see, 3005. All right, and that is done. Perfect. And everything else is fine and dandy. Everything is good here as far as the McDo is concerned. All the data is there. All right, so now we can start the APU. Again, start the APU, quite simple. APU master is on, and start the APU. Once the APU is available, here again, I love the fact that you can pop all these windows out for easy access. Now we can see that the APU is starting. All right, let's take a look at SAM. And we do want to, let's see, where is SAM? There we go. So if we look here at, it says passengers, another, you can see the time, just a few more seconds, about 30 seconds. And then baggage will take 3 minutes. Cargo, another 5 minutes. Fuel is done. So the aircraft's still being loaded. I'm just going to go ahead and say, by the way, you can see this in real time. It's adding the payload, 0 fuel, everything's changing in real time. So we're just going to go ahead and say fast track, and the loading is now finished. Now, it looks like this data doesn't really matter. This is in kilos, and we're actually flying, let's see here. So this is pretty much what we put in there. So this actually matches everything that is in the sim brief plan and what we have loaded in the aircraft. Exactly the same. So now we can actually start the flight. But before we do so, let's just take a look at the outside. You can see everything's being dismissed. All the doors are closed. Perfect. All right, so everything is now getting ready. It looks like the APU is available. So what we'll do is we will head over back to the overhead panel, and we're going to turn on the APU bleed. APU bleed is now turned on. And listen to the sounds, just really beautiful sounds. I think we need some lights right here. Let's add some lights here and right there. And now we have all the panel lights. Look at this overhead panel, just gorgeous. All right, so we no longer need the external power, so we can remove that. And now we can head over back to the electronic flight bag. We're gonna go to the menu and go to the ground services. And we can dismiss the chocks, external power, and the chocks, and the parking brake is set. So we are good. And now we can start the, we can go to the beacon. But first I'm going to go to, let's see, where's Sam? There we go. All right, so now we're going to go to start flight. Now there is a pushback and follow me. So the first thing we're going to do is pushback. I'm going to say start pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, and I think this is fine.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And there's also the follow me truck. Now, when you select the follow me truck, it's going to tell you which runway. So we are going to go to runway 08 and the holding point. So from the holding point, it knows where to take you. So I believe it is Bravo 3. Let's check this real quick here in our, let's see here. So let me bring this here. So we are currently, this is our current position. We are at Tango 3 or gate 26. And it looks like we are going to take taxiway Charlie all the way to, let's see here. The holding point is here. So it's Bravo 3. Bravo 3. Okay, so perfect.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, so we're going to select Bravo 3, and we're going to say start guidance. And let's remove this here. All right, we can remove, release the parking brake. Ooh, beacon lights.
For this INI Simulations A310 flight. As you are coming on board, please stow your carry-on items in the overhead compartments or under the seats in front of you. Smaller, lightweight items may be placed in the seat back pocket as long as they do not block the path to the aisle. If you need any assistance, please let us know. If you are seated at a bulkhead seat, there is a seat with a wall directly in front of you. All carry-on items
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
That can be stowed on the floor, behind your feet, between the cabin dividers, or in your laps.
All right.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, here we go, folks. Let's start the engines. We're going to start the engine, the left engine first. Perfect, and let's give it some fuel. Well, Mert, I wish I have this aircraft. I'll tell you what, there will be many... you know what, guys? I think I did not configure the route I didn't configure the route, but I'll show you the route now in just a minute. By the way, this is the follow me truck. You can see it here. So it's waiting for us now to start our engines. Looks like we have a good start on the left engine, so let's go ahead and start engine number... It should have been actually engine number 2, then engine number 1, but that's okay. Let's go and start engine... Oop. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2. And really my aim is to really show you everything in SAM, the full suite, if you will. Man, just look at the reflections of the instruments here. It's just really very well done by iniBuilds. Alright, so if I go to...
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Load sheet and send to performance. We have only... You know what? Let me compute this one more time. Let's set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
0.5 and 15. And what is the flex? 59 Celsius. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to come here and we're going to select flex takeoff and we're going to put 59. There we go. All right, 59. We have now the engine number 2 starting. And what else do we need to do here? We need to set the auto brakes to max. We're going to arm the speed brakes. We're going to set flaps 15, slats 15. There we go. Flaps are being set. Perfect. And we're going to set the trim. So to set the trim, I have my controls set. So minus 1.5 down.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Thank you for your service. That's about 1.5. Perfect. All right, so everything is set, and where is our follow me truck? That's the follow me truck. So as soon as we start moving the aircraft, it will start moving and show us where to go. Now, of course, we know where we're going, simply because of the. It's quite simple here at Phoenix. It's a very long taxiway, all the way leading to the holding point Bravo 3 for runway 2, for runway 08 for departure. So we are good there. Thank you, Mr. Nightbot. Yeah. All right. So all is good here, and let's see. APU. We no longer need the APU, so this can go to off position, and the APU is off. And all is looking good. All right, our lights. We're going to turn on the runway turn-off lights. Taxi lights. Just look at that. All right. Parking brake released. Now listen to the sounds as we add power to the throttle. Wow. Gotta love those sounds. And those are the sounds that you actually hear in the Airbus. By the way, we need to turn on passenger seatbelt signs. Now what you'll notice is that the follow me truck will start moving. There we go. Now, if he does any funny things, then we'll ignore him and just go straight to the runway. Oops. Man, look at this aircraft. All right, here we go. We're taxiing to behind the follow me truck, and this is again part of the SAM suite. And by the way, this is a separate add-on, guys. So this is not. This is something that you'll have to pay extra for. Just Benzo, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. So this is actually an extra. Now, as we go to the, let me see here. All right, so just so that you guys, can see, this is our flight plan today. So first, as we depart, we are going to depart on a heading of 078 degrees until above 1700, direct to Futep, and then this is actually our departure. This is the Star out of Phoenix on the Keynes 2. SID, runway 08, and then if we look at our approach, this is our arrival. So we are arriving the ILS runway 26 right here, and this is the ILS frequency, the approach course, localizer, everything, all this good information. So this is the we need to be at 3600 to intercept the localizer for runway 26 right at Ontario. Sun is coming up, beautiful day here at Phoenix. And we're going to go back to flight plan. Let's remove the approach. And that's us now taxiing on taxiway Bravo to the holding point for runway 08, which is Bravo 3. So that's about right here. It's going to be Bravo 3 right here. Beautiful details there. Nice wing view. So that's the follow me truck, and this is our, I believe, the holding point. So the car is probably going to make, as you can see now, it's making the turn towards the holding point. Bravo 3 for, that's Bravo 3, as you can see here. By the way, this scenery is that of Nimbus Simulations. And this is the Bravo 3 holding point for runway 08. Alrighty, perfect. Let's make a final stop here. Let's set the parking brake. And let's see here. Strobes are on. Wing lights, landing lights, nose light to takeoff, and all is looking good. Just look again now that the sun is up. Just look at the beautiful panel work. Now you can see it much better as the sunlight is direct on the aircraft panel. Just really beautiful. All right, here we go.
Approaching 08.
All right, lining up, runway 08. By the way, guys, the frames may be suffering a little bit, so you might be noticing some stutters, and those stutters are actually from the streaming software. So it's got nothing to do with X-Plane, nothing to do with the aircraft. It's just really the streaming software. All right, we are at runway 08. We are cleared for takeoff. Not sure if auto throttle doesn't work actually. Definitely some suffering with the frames there, but it should get better. B1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears going up. Right, we continue to climb. Begin contracting the flaps. By the way, we forgot to set the TCAS, so you can go to Tune and click here for TARA. Flaps are up. And now what we can do is put this in the off position. And we're going to go to Profile, Nav, Auto Throttle, Autopilot 1. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we are now approaching 10,000 feet. Let's head over here and kill the lights. And runway turn off lights can go off. And those lights can go off as well. And there we go. All right, we can release the cabin crew. Perfect. It looks like we're not getting sufficient bandwidth. Are you guys able to see the stream? Because I'm getting some errors here. Ah, okay. Looks like there was a problem there momentarily with the connectivity. But it looks like it's back to normal now. Just look at that, folks. What a beautiful morning out of Phoenix, Arizona. And here is Phoenix as we depart. Thanks, Rishal. Niels, hello, my friend. Welcome, Greaser. Hello, my friend. Welcome, Santiago. Welcome, my friend. Mohammed, hello, my friend, and welcome. Mohammed, I'm using X-Vision version 2 with the Nordic Extreme preset. And as a reminder, folks, today the Q8 Pilot channel has entered into a partnership with iniBuilds, and we are now an official iniBuilds partner. Please do visit the iniBuilds website and store. And of course, the iniBuilds A310 is an aircraft that receives the Q8 Pilot seal of approval and the Platinum plaque. It is named by the channel as the Airliner of the Year 2021. Great, great aircraft, really. And we can see now all the information here. Distance to destination, 273 nautical miles, not very far. And the time, you can see the seatbelt signs is still illuminated, and the non-smoking signs is off there. Again, a lot of very, very nice details aboard this aircraft. All right, 18,000 feet. Let's set these barrel reference to standard, and we are going to continue to climb to 34,000 feet, and we can actually turn off the let the passengers just wander around the cabin now. That's all right. We're going to increase the range also, so we can see this is the top of, as you can see here, this is the top of climb, and we're doing perfect. Yeah, all's looking good, fine and dandy. And Luke, hello, my friend. Luke Lucas, hello, my friend, and welcome. You're most welcome, Mohammed. Yeah, definitely. I really missed streaming the last 10 days or so. I haven't really done much in terms of streaming. I did put out a couple of videos, one on the Navigraph Alternative Chart Finder 3. Again, folks, if you are on a budget and you do not wish to invest in an ongoing subscription to Navigraph, which is, by the way, my absolute favorite tool for charts, then you can definitely take a look at Chart Finder 3, which I have made a short video of. And recently, based on what you guys have requested, is that I do the Wing 42 Boeing 247D as a recorded video. I hope that it has that I've met your expectations in that video. A great aircraft, one of the best for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The attention to detail is just insane in that Wing 42. I've reviewed their the owner of Wing, the developer, the lead developer, I should say, of Wing 42 provided me many years ago with the Vega for P3D, and that aircraft was as well just really incredible in terms of details. Blazer, hello, my friend. I missed like 40 minutes. What happened? Well, we took off out of Phoenix. We're on our way to Ontario in California. So hopefully you didn't miss much. And all is looking good. Beautiful morning here out of Phoenix. Skies are clear, winds are calm, and we are looking good. We should be arriving into California, so we will be entering California very soon, and we should be able to really enjoy the beautiful Orbex True Earth scenery momentarily here as we approach California. So in terms of a little bit of update on my side on what is coming on the channel, so there's quite a bit that I actually want to cover still. There is the SimCoder's expansion pack for the Piper, the Navajo, the Coronado aircraft. Now, the Navajo is, in fact, one of the better made Coronado aircraft in terms of the performance. So the performance is actually pretty good. They've nailed the, the RPM, the performance, engine performance is done to, I think, an acceptable degree. Now, the reality expansion pack for that aircraft brings an extra level of realism, and everything is just, the aircraft becomes completely different. It becomes like the A2A for P3D. It brings up, the oil, the maintenance, the tires. You really ought to fly the aircraft in accordance with real-world procedures. So that's one thing that I want to show you guys very soon on the channel. Recently, Stronda has released their Cessna Caravan, which I have purchased from the X-Plane Org store, and I will be reviewing it on the channel very soon. I will reserve all my comments for the video, but it's definitely coming very soon on the channel. And then a series of tutorials, a number of tutorials that I'm planning as well in the coming days. Again, there is a YouTuber called Fly with Rich that Richie. Let me find out. Let me find out the name of the channel. I believe it's Flying with Richie, and actually Captain Guillaume is the one that introduced me to this folk, and his videos are great. Flying with Richie, is it? Or Rich? Let's see, there we go. Flying with Rich is, yeah, Flying with Rich. Let me copy that. All right, let me just put this on to you guys. Let's see. Back in my IRL flying days, I flew a 172 from Santa Monica to Ontario, California, and proceeded to land on the wrong runway. I sure wasn't. Oh, that's really funny. All right, so here is a link. Flying with Rich, folks. I just posted it in chat. I highly recommend this channel. You can actually learn a lot from this guy. He flies, of course, real airplanes, so he's not a flight simmer by any chance, but he's a real-world pilot, and kind of like, the content is very much similar to Steve-O on Kenevo, but Flying with Rich, personally, I like his videos a little better. I think they're more informative. I just like them a little more, especially if you really want to learn about an aircraft. I think you will really enjoy it. So a shout out to Flying with Rich. Please, folks, do visit his channel and subscribe, like, or dislike, I don't know. But I sure hope that you will give the guy a few hundred likes and subscribes. Really very, very good content in my view. Also, the Sim Hanger, or Mark. Mark is definitely is a great guy. He's a fine gentleman, and definitely puts in a lot of good content. So shout out to Sim Hanger or Mark for really all the great stuff. And by the way, he puts in really some unique things on hardware and virtual reality. He reviews a lot of different gear for flight simulation. So let me also put his link here in chat. Sim. All right, let's see here. All right, flight simulation. There we go. Copy that, and let me put this in chat for you guys. All right, so here's the SimHanger channel as well. Again, two folk that I really recommend. Their channels are great. They put in a lot of very good content. So I really highly recommend both these channels. And there are, of course, a lot of other channels that I watch, but those are probably channels that are, you know, worth mentioning. You know, I do really. I learn a lot from these two guys, so I wanted to share with you guys, you know, both links, and hopefully you'll find them just as useful. Perfect. Little information. We are approximately 34 minutes from Ontario, California, so the top of descent shouldn't be very far from where we are, and yeah, it should be right after top of climb is top of descent, so we're not too far right now. Let's take a look at the outside. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's just put this. All right, let's go. Beautiful wing view there. Super Grumby, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very excited about the partnership with iniBuilds. A great company to be associated with. Very professional. And bravo. Mike 379, welcome. Old is gold. Absolutely. That's what how the saying goes. Old is gold, my friend. That is absolutely right. Another thing that that I do want to planning is the MD-11 by RYUJIN has received a number of updates, and I think it is time now to do another flight with the aircraft. And yeah, and of course, there's another thing that I'm planning. The first officer, FS First Officer for Microsoft Flight Simulator has been updated, and it's actually to the point where it fully automates the flight for you. So you can actually just put in the sim brief plan. The first officer will do everything for you, including programming the MCDU. He'll put in the landing weight. He'll do everything for you. You just have to fly the aircraft, which is really great. Now, in the first review video that I've done, how are the flight characteristics compared to the TOLAS? Well, look, I will tell you this, IT Fly Guy. By an account of real-world pilots, both the TOLAS and the A310 fly like very close to the real thing. So I'm not a real Airbus pilot, so but I have V1 simulations, as he's a real Airbus pilot, and he vouches for both in terms of the performance. So all the performance data is pretty accurate, very close to the real thing, and the flight model as well. Now, fly-by-wire, by the way, is easier to simulate in the sim than Boeing's, for example, and that's just to do with with programming fly-by-wire versus how Boeing flies. But yeah, both are great. Both are exceptional in terms of their flight models. Now, the first virtual first officer, or FS first officer for the CRJ for the A320. I've done it, I think, on the A320, and I've done it on the CRJ 700. And since my review video, a lot of the issues were ironed out, and now it's in a state where it is actually a very enjoyable add-on, and I highly recommend it. A great add-on if you like to fly the A320, the fly-by-wire project, or the CRJ, or if you like the 787 with the mod, I forget what it's called, heavy, yeah, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I still haven't got that MD-11, waiting for your recommendation. Well, Luke, I will be streaming the aircraft sometime this week, so hopefully you guys will be able to see, all there is to see, and then you'll be able to make your decision. We are now approaching the state of California. As you can see, this line here, where is my mouse? There. So if you see this line, this is actually where Orbex True Earth California begins. And this is the beginning of some really fine scenery as we approach our destination. We are now at 34,000 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, we just leveled off at our cruise altitude of 34,000 feet. And we should begin the descent pretty soon. So if we look here, so we begin right here. This is her. This is, by the way, this is still the final waypoint in our SID, and then we're going to go to Fred, direct to Takeoff, and then to Ziblo, Scrim, and this is the runway. So this is actually our star into the Skibby 2 into Ontario runway 26 right. That's the top of descent right there. And 3600 is according to right. So let's bring up the let's bring up Iblasoft, and if we go to the arrival and we click on the approach, so this is the ILS frequency 109.7, and we need to be at 3600 feet to intercept the localizer. This is the length, circling, localizer, Cat 1, the elevation, all the information that you need is there, which is great. And by the way, you can also, this is by the way the Paradise VOR. In case of a go-around, then we need to come here and hold until we are given further instructions by ATC, which of course we do not have in this flight. But if you go to Ontario, this is actually Ontario, and I just updated Iblasoft. I ran the update so that it grabs all the runway information, and this is 26 right. This is where we're going to be landing, and it will take us to Amazon somewhere here. So these are one of the Amazon 31, I think was 30 something, I can't recall, but the follow me truck. So as soon as we arrive into 26 right at Ontario, we're gonna exit into November, and from November we'll taxi to probably hotel for the for Amazon parking area here, and bring the aircraft to a complete stop. Yeah. Perfect. Bill Barrett, hello my friend, welcome. Dan, hello my friend, and welcome. I'm doing great. Any Tolus anytime. Which one would you like to see? Which Tolus? I would recommend Dodge Flight Sim. Welcome my friend. Heavy Division, yes, thank you very much. Dodge Flight Sim, yes, Heavy Division. Dan, which Tolus would you like to see? Would you like to see? My recommendation is the A321 with all the cool sound packs for, you know, the beautiful sounds. But if you want the A340 or any other aircraft, just let me know, and I will definitely plan it. Super Gombi, yeah. Yes, So just let me know which one you would like, and I will plan it accordingly. And ladies and gentlemen, now we are flying over the state of California, a state that is very dear to my heart, where I've spent about 10 years of my life in California. And yeah, just look at the beautiful scenery there. I'll switch to external view in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and set up the ILS frequency. First, the ILS frequency is 109.7, and this is set here, already set, ILS 109.7, and the approach course is 258 degrees. So let's set 258 degrees. 258 degrees is already set. And if we look at our flight plan, actually we should have put this here, KONT. All right, so if we go to the approach, as you can see here, by the way, you can use the electronic flight bag to do the landing information as well. So let me see here. This is takeoff performance. So if we go to the flight menu and go to the landing performance, and we select the FMC data, as you can see, it will automatically identify the ICO code for the airport, runway 26 right, and we're going to select the ASUS request. Just reading the ASUS for our destination, and it will insert all the information. So the wind 170, 04 knots, outside temperature is 16, QNH is 10, that's okay. And then flaps configuration is 30-40, brakes low, reverse idle, and compute. And if we compute that, it will give us factor increment. All right, let's go ahead and do flaps 30-40, but we're going to put the brakes on medium. How's that? Compute. That's about the same. VAP 138, VREF 133, and now we have all the data for landing, which is kind of similar there. We're going to add 5 knots for wind correction. VAP 145. Yeah, well. All right. So this is the top of descent. What we're going to do is we're going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,600 feet. That's 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3,600. Have you ever flown around Wango Delton XP? It's fun and free. Animals. Oh, really? Good for helicopters too. I haven't done it in. I haven't done it in X-Plane. I've done it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it looks absolutely stunning. But yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot in X-Plane as well. Dan says, up to you, whatever you're up to. Don't want to force you to fly a plane. Just if possible, something from Tolas. All right, you got it, my friend. That's what we'll do probably in the stream after the MD-11 that I am planning, hopefully this week. Beautiful scenery of the state of California. Vesilis Maximus, congratulations for the iniBuild partnership. It truly is wonderful to have good YouTubers to review amazing and good quality X-Plane products. Well, sir, thank you very much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I am totally excited about being a part of the iniBuilds family, alongside some really excellent content creators. Right here is the top of descent mark. As you can see, we're approaching now, and the scenery of Orbex True Earth is just phenomenal. It's really beautiful. By the way, we should have put this on cruise, but that's all right. We're approaching the top of descent point now, and we are going to do a level change once we are at the exact point there. Carl Childers, hello my friend and welcome. You know, most folks forget this was a time when Boeing was king and nobody challenged them. Here comes Airbus with the A300, and they nearly lost everything getting the jet out of the door. They built one that, and the fourth to present day. Now they're a great company. Absolutely. Airbus is a great company right now. Carl, thank you for the information. Thank you for your very insightful, really very informative. It looks like you read a lot, Carl, about aviation and about, you know, the aviation companies, and you're really a valuable contributor in the community. All right, top of descent, ladies and gentlemen, level change. Right, here we go, and we now have begun the descent into Ontario. And if we look at the time, about 19 minutes until our destination. 19 minutes to our destination. And we can switch to profile. There we go. And if we suspect that the rate of descent is not sufficient, then we can always do level change, but I'd like to keep it in profile mode, and where the aircraft manages the speed and the rate of descent. All is looking good. Now at Velma, we should be below 28,000 feet and above 24,000 feet. And from the looks of it, I think we should be fine. I was alive when all that was going on for a head of a quite old for a mountain. I have not even begun in years. Oh, wow. JV, hello, my friend. Welcome. Chainsaw Rocks, hello my friend, welcome. Well, I tell you, Boeing and both Boeing and Airbus are both great companies. Boeing has gone ahead after all the, you know, the stuff that went on with their Max, with their 737 Max, and but it seems like they have gotten out of it. It's a great company, without a doubt. I love Boeing, by the way. I love Boeing aircraft. The two aircraft that I really love is the 747 and the 777 are my favorite aircraft from Boeing. They just look so majestic. And again, a reminder of fine human engineering and human progress. All right, so we continue to descend. We need to be below 28,000 at Velma and above 24, and we are heading towards that. So we're looking okay. And here's a flyby for you guys. Now, once you fly over, ortho photos in X-Plane, it really does look great. I hope that when X-Plane 12 comes out, that we would still be able to, use ortho photos and, use Ortho4XP to create our favorite tiles of our favorite locations. That I still don't know if it's going to work or not, but I definitely hope that it will work in the in X-Plane 12, which I believe, by the way, is going to be around maybe September release. That's my hunch. I'm not sure, and I don't have any information, so don't quote me on that, but that's my just personal hunch, that it will be released around September this year. Beautiful. Just look at that. Perfect. We are now heading into... Looks like there is one additional restriction ahead of us. We're flying in profile mode, and all is looking good. By the way, from our current position, the airport, or runway 26 right, is exactly, if we fly into a straight line, we actually will reach the runway. So the airport is exactly right ahead of us now. Or runway 26 right is right ahead of us right now. So we're looking pretty good. From what I hear, it might require a bit of updating, but not sure. Yeah, Neil, I would probably suspect so as well. I mostly go without Ortho, but have SFD Global and the SimHeaven add-ons. I do too, Niels. So I do have those exact two add-ons, SFD Global and SimHeaven. I think it really significantly enhances the look and feel and the scenery of X-Plane, but ortho photos look absolutely gorgeous, and I just absolutely love it. Now, I know that most of the add-ons will be backward compatible, so that is something that has been confirmed by many for X-Plane 12. But see, Ortho4XP is a freeware add-on, and I'm not exactly sure if Laminar has made any provisions to help support the developer there. So it's an individual effort. So it remains to be seen. But I do know that, for example, all the aircraft, especially the newer ones, will be compatible. By the way, all the developers, including iniBuilds, have access to X-Plane 12. All the, I believe, the media outlet, the media channels such as Threshold, also have access to X-Plane 12. So what Laminar's strategy this time has been different. So in the past, what they used to do is provide kind of preview copies to streamers and content creators, and here go ahead and fly the sim and make some as a beta, of course, like a preview, and then they would iron out all the issues and the fixes. This time around, it looks like they have adopted a different strategy where they've decided to give it to a select few of developers, obviously, who are developing for X-Plane, and maybe a few media channels such as Threshold, and to let them use it, and mainly to actually make their for compatibility, so that they can make their add-ons compatible with X-Plane 12 on release. So that's, I think, what's going on there. Yeah, SimHeaven can act up sometimes, but I think it's great. And we are now approaching 18,000 feet, and we need to set the transition altitude. So let me grab the transition altitude is, or the current barrel reference is 3015. So let's go ahead and set that. 3015. There we go. 3015 is set. Look at that, folks. There's really beautiful aircraft flying in the beautiful world of X-Plane and the beautiful Orbex True Earth, California. And if we look here, time elapsed 39 minutes, distance to destination 69 nautical miles, estimated arrival 1438. Minus 12 Celsius, 1424 Zulu, beautiful Delta, beautiful. Alright, let me take a look here at the restrictions, because it looks like there are a few restrictions along the way. So at D-Way, we need to be below 14,000 and above 11,000. I think we're still looking alright. Akshay, D1, hello my friend. When do you think X-Plane 12 will be available for public? As I've indicated earlier during the stream, I believe, I don't know, so I don't have access to that information, but my hunch would be sometime around September this year. So probably 5 months from now. That would be my hunch. There are still a few things that are being worked out. We can see a lot of developers posting, or Laminar is posting on their Twitter, you know, what developers are doing. So I think, yeah, I think definitely it's getting there. It's getting there. It's being baked. And it will be ready, I think, in September, somewhere around that time. That would be my hunch. You know what? I have no clue on the pricing strategy. I do not know that if you purchase X-Plane 11 now, that they will give you X-Plane 12 for free, or it's a free upgrade or a discounted upgrade. I don't know. But what I do know is once it is released to the public, I will be definitely streaming it, and I will be definitely giving away a few copies of it. It looks like we are looking okay, I think, in terms of our altitude. We're, by the way, not too far now from the destination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the ILS here and on this side as well. And we need to be above 11,000. Looks like we're a bit too low. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll set this at 11,000. 500. There we go. And once we clear the restriction, then we will go ahead and there we go. There is a restriction right at D-Way. We need to be below 14, above 11,000. So we are going to restrict. We are going to respect those restrictions because this is a mountainous area. The last thing you want is to hit the mountain at this stage. So yeah. So we are just going to level off here at 15,000. At beg your pardon, 11,500, and then we'll begin. Is this a VOR station? No, it's an airport. Looks like there's an airport there. Let's take a look here at the outside. What a beautiful looking scene. That's a screenshot material right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Just really beautiful. Niels, that's a really good logic. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start now the descent to 3600. Right, 3600. There is another restriction. We need to be above 9300 at Skibby and 7900 at, yeah, I think we're good. Right, we're approaching 10,000 feet, so we're going to turn on the landing lights. Speed. I think we're good. We look here. Go to 195, 177, and then 195. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, folks. I am going to start reducing our speed right now because we are pretty close now to our destination. So I'm going to reduce our speed to 210 knots. There we go. Let's extend the speed brake and reduce our speed. Amazing scenery, really, of California. What's up with the frames? Let's do a level change here. Pretty close now to the airport. And let's go ahead and decrease the range. $3,600. Perfect. All right, let's take a look at the So 145 is Fiat. Perfect. I think the frames are back to normal again. Alright, and at this point, we can hit on the land button here. Go, that's our turn to intercept the localizer. As you can see, this is the localizer needle. Let's go ahead and reduce our speed to 190 knots. Check. Flaps 15. Alright, now let's go to brakes on medium. We're going to arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed. And let's turn on the rest of the landing lights. And seatbelt sign. Ready now. Perfect. The scenery is just really amazing. Just look at that. Beautiful. Right, flaps 15, slats 15. And we are now in perfect alignment with runway 26 right. Ready to land. And as we normally do at 1,000 feet, we will disconnect the autopilot. We're going to maintain the current speed until the glide slope is active. 145 is our final approach speed. See the trains there. All right, perfect. I don't think XP12 is going to be any more expensive than X-Plane 11. So I believe it's probably going to be the same. Right, we can see the glide slope needle started moving now, so we're going to reduce our speed to 170 knots. Flaps. Let's go to flaps full. And let's lower the landing gear. Beautiful. And let's go to 145. 145 is set. By the way, in the last flight, just before Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we are getting all the sounds. Right, we are on the glide slope, on the localizer, 145, everything is good. Runway is right ahead of us now. Yeah, I've got to butter it. Hopefully. There we go. Alright, 1,000 feet. Let's disconnect the autopilot, my aircraft. And you know what? Let's kill the auto throttle as well. Touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ontario International Airport in the state of California. Our reversers are out. 80 knots, manual braking. Woo, beautiful. Thank you very much, Rishal. Yeah, it was definitely, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun aircraft, a fun approach here at Ontario. I'm trying to think of where we are now. Okay, so that's November. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit to the right on taxiway Kilo to November. So taxiway Kilo. And then November. All right, let's go ahead and retract the flaps. All right, flaps are retracted. And we can now kill the landing lights. We can kill the strobe lights. Runway turnoff can remain. Let's see, wing lights we no longer need. Taxi to nose to takeoff. And now what we're going to do is we are on taxiway November. Not sure where is Amazon. I think it's right behind us on taxiway Gold. I'm not sure if there is something ahead as well. Yeah, I think we just passed it. It's right behind us. All right, let's go ahead and see if Sam can take us to the right position. Let's go to Sam, main window. Now we're going to select Follow Me. So now it says runway 08. No, we don't want that. We want to go to, why is it not showing arrival? Follow me. All right, there we go. Now you can select the position where we want to go. Actually, ahead of us is the FedEx position. Let's select FedEx 9, and we're going to say start guidance. And we can move this now. There's the truck right ahead of us. So let's go ahead and follow the truck. We can disarm. There we go. And the FedEx terminal is right ahead of us, so we'll just take the aircraft there. Beautiful rendition, by the way, of Ontario. This airport there is a freeware airport of Ontario, but this one is payware by VerticalSim, and it is available today at the Sim Market store as well as the Explain.org store. Right, here we go, and let's go and start the APU. Oops. That's probably the FedEx position there. It works as advertised, so I really like the follow me truck, especially at larger airports where you are unfamiliar with the positions there. Then you can select, you can have follow me take you there, which is a great thing. Is the SAM okay? So the SAM plugin itself is freeware. I'll show you now, guys, what's free and what's add-on. Where's this guy going now? Oh, there we go. Wow, it took us right to the spot there. Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right, so before we take a look at SAM, I'll tell you what's there. Right, marshaller and parking brake is set. And the APU is available, so we're going to go ahead and turn on the APU bleed. Right, APU bleed is on. Perfect. And we can now kill the engines. Off, and once you turn the beacon off, then the marshaller will go away. Very nice rendition of the airport. We'll take a look at it right after we finish looking at the replay. All right, so let's go back to the replay. I'll get you the landing rate as well. I think this looks, yeah, that looks good. What a beautiful looking aircraft. Here's the tower view. One of the things I love about X-Plane is its camera system. The built-in camera system is just amazing. Nice. Right here, let's do another one. And this time, we'll do probably a wing view. Just look at that beauty of an aircraft. The iniBuilds A310 on the line. You have to really appreciate and admire the smoothness of X-Plane. The landing rate, according to SimToolkit Pro, is 230. 230, but that's all right. 230 is okay. The wing flex is amazing. What a beautiful looking aircraft. The iniBuilds A310, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. Alright, so we are back at the gate. Now, by the way, we can also come to SAM, come to the window, and if we come to parking, we can say stairs. And then we can start unloading. So you can see the ground elements started already here. Let's go to put this away here so you can see. All right. So you can actually see that once you are back at, once you reach your destination, once you click on parking, it will actually begin deboarding the passengers, and all the ground elements will come to the aircraft and service it. You can see the passenger bus. You can see the baggage is now being unloaded from the aircraft, and the catering service is now preparing the aircraft for the next flight, which is really cool. So, I mean, I really like the ground services. While it's not perfect, I think it still looks pretty good. And it offers, you can see again, the direction of the baggage is opposite to departure, indicating that the baggage is being unloaded from the aircraft. So again, some nice details. The animations are not exactly, what you would expect to see, but I think it's still pretty good. I think it provides, a good alternative to ground handling by jar design. And I do like the textures. The 3D objects themselves are done quite nicely. So yeah, so the aircraft is being unloaded now, and you can see also the time. So about 11 minutes for the passengers, 10 for the baggage, and about 13 minutes for all the cargo to be unloaded from the aircraft. Oh, I want to show you another thing. So if we go to the SAM window, now if you go to the settings here, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. So this base plugin is for free, and you can download the Jetways. So there is a version of the Jetways that is free, but they will not move. So the jets will not move. So this is actually something that you need to purchase for it to work properly. It's called World Jetway or something like that. The airport vehicles is a payware. There are certain, if you want like the really good ones, I believe this is payware. This is definitely payware. Ground services is payware, and the seasons is free. And as you can see, I've set it to SFD Global because that's where I fly most of the time. But this is basically what you can expect. We go. Let me see if. Checking for updates. All right, this is a much better view. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. All right, so the base plugin is free. The World Jetways is a paid add-on. Follow Me is a paid add-on. airport vehicles and ground services are paid. Global Trees is free, Seasons is free, and obviously the developer pack is free. Now the World Jetways, there is a free version of this, but the jetways actually do not move. And if also, thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it, my friend. Take care and stay safe, my friend. I'll see you very soon. Thank you, Stuart. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much. So this is SAM3, and these are all the elements that you can purchase. Very easy to update and very easy to use. And I hope that you, again, you can see the passenger jars are static, which is kind of a bummer. But again, there are a lot of limitations in X-Plane. But this is pretty much it, folks. I hope that you have enjoyed this live stream. Flying the iniBuilds A310 from Phoenix to Ontario this evening. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.